0 seconds. Okay. Store is closed due to the current emergency. Interesting. Is that the next room, or is that something an alternate thing? I'm just gonna run from everything unless I get Blast Man. Turtle, King Crimson, Nautilus. You bastard. No! Bastard.
Bastarde.
Bastard. Bastard. CBT. Cock and ball torture.
Or cognitive behavioral training.
Time to hit him with that rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Rig up. It's alright. I don't have too many of those right now. I wonder what I could reg up right now. I'm gonna check that later. I don't care enough. Nothing there? Weird. Hello, First Prog. You are? Monsieur, I cannot remember. In my memory, I see something from long ago.
Is he a
Nautilus?
ancient mollusk?
He's probably a Nautilus, because the thing said that they were old. Recup 50 star, interesting. I don't like this. I don't know where any of the sharks are. I just saw one to the right. Come on, grab, 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 grab. First barrier. Fist barrier. Huh. Yay. Nautilus? King Crimson? This one's the Nautilus. He can't remember what he is presently, but he can remember from long ago. Nautilus. Oui, oui. Why is he French?
I don't know.
I'll admit I don't know much about ancient fossils and such, but this doesn't strike me as French. Let's let myself get multi-hit by that fucking Quaker steak and oats. Oh, I don't have full synchro. Alright. I was gonna say I'll save my full synchro, but I don't have one because I got hit in the middle of that. 200 zenny. Nice, nice. Man, we really just don't have anything to talk about, do we?
No. I feel bad because it's like I'm actually paying attention today and everything.
It happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes you can't keep it up. We don't have that social pill. Although I might have a topic that we might be able to go into. I just have to find out where I wrote it down at. I mean, I know what it is. Oh, I almost left without the prog. Memory is a bit fuzzy. I'm sure I'm as steady as a rock. So, I was talking earlier to Brandon about how, because I saw something in one of my Google articles that was talking about how there was like some email thing brought up about some of the Microsoft merger stuff with Activision, about how I guess it was just like fantasy talk about how they were like, it'd be a dream if we were able to like acquire Nintendo. And both me and Brandon are on the same page of, that would never happen. However, I am of the opinion that if the two were to merge, it would be Nintendo owning Microsoft and not the other way around. Can this guy fuck off? Brother. And I initially had said it was because Nintendo has a higher net worth, but that was a misspeak on my behalf because they don't have a higher net worth, but they do have a higher value in a lot of ways objectively. Because
like a moral value, I guess.
Just no, because Nintendo takes a lot of moral low ground sometimes. Even if
I
they're
would
in their
say
right.
not.
Even if they're in the right, it's still, people dislike it. But I was saying, in terms of like creativity and all that fun shit, I think out of the four titans, Sony, Valve, Nintendo, and Microsoft. Nintendo is probably the most creative and the most intuitive. Not intuitive.
Yeah, I'll give it to the intuitive part.
Like they're definitely the most creative out of all of them. Sony is the least
No.
creative
Yeah, I'll
because
give you that.
because the only thing that they've done is see Nintendo make cool product, steal it, abandon it after like 4 months. So like Sony doesn't even have the respect for their own theft by trying to put effort into it. They just take it, try to get some quick easy sales off of it, and then never do it again. And then I was saying the only issue that Microsoft has is that they haven't done anything new in like the last decade, so they just kind of fade into mundanity. Like there's nothing about the Xbox that would encourage you to get it besides the fact that it's as powerful as the PlayStation. Like the only thing that Xbox does is put out a competitive console whenever Sony does. And that's it, really. They don't do anything new. They haven't innovated. They haven't stolen anything. They're just kind of in the middle where they haven't done anything new, but they haven't done anything bad. And then Valve is just, they don't even make their own shit anymore. They take money off of people by being a hosting site anymore.
Well, granted, they do still put out a game every so and so years.
Alligator comp. Do they?
Yeah, no. Half-Life Alyx.
I suppose. Yeah, they have done a couple of things every now and then, but like that was after
But
how
they
many
don't
years
do-
of doing nothing?
But they don't do it consistently. Yeah. I want to say, I think that Valve is innovative. I almost want to say it's more innovative, but I know you're gonna jump down my throat for that.
I'd be interested to hear your point about it because I haven't seen any innovation out of Valve's side. Like they made the Steam Deck, but that's just the
In
Switch.
terms of overall stuff, they did really good for helping the progressiveness of like video games and such. But like in recent years they've done nothing for quite a while, like at all.
Yeah.
And
they've just been riding
overall,
the high basically for way
Yeah.
longer than they should have.
But they did do a ton of stuff for the gaming market.
Yeah.
As for the now, not really.
I mean, the same can be said for Microsoft and Sony.
Give
'cause,
me a
like-
second.
Yeah, you're good. Alligator? Caught your nose.
Sorry. They're
Caught
fucking
your nose?
annoying.
No shit, that really was the penguin? No, okay, it wasn't. I forget. Okay. Got your nose is not the penguin. What was I gonna say? I mean, the same thing could be said about Sony and Microsoft because early on, they did have plenty of good innovation. It's just they haven't done anything with it since. Because like
Yeah.
Sony's the progenitor of the current like console. I think Microsoft is the creator of the current controller design. Like the dual stick controller.
I genuinely like the PS2 controller. I can get behind the Xbox, but I would love to go back to the fucking PS2 controller.
Yeah, it's like they've all done stuff in their time, but like they've not done anything with it since then.
Yeah,
Like,
Nintendo. Listen, I just don't want to give it to Nintendo. I don't like Nintendo.
that's
There's
understandable.
so much about Nintendo I don't like, and I don't want to turn it into a shit parade. Because I could talk about how I don't like their ethics that they have, or I don't like the fact that pretty much nearly any of their new games is just continuation of their old games, and they don't really expand into new IPs, and they only go with the ones that bring a lot of money. Like we could go to their old IPs, and there's not too many, or it's just kind of rehashing like old ideas and not doing too much. And then they'll have like some gems like Breath of the Wild that you know what it did? It set the gaming market back by making it terrible and having big huge games with nothing in it.
I feel like there's a lot of games like that before, because I think Warframe came out before that, and it had a lot of very big open areas. I don't really want to get in on my fucking
You keep
shit
bringing
parade
up
on Warframe.
Warframe, but like
Because
there
it's
was
a
a
good example
lot
for
to fucking do.
Not for a while. I mean, people were raving about enjoying playing Warframe, but the same people who I've heard do that, some of them, I don't remember if it was Brandon, but
I just don't know why you played Warframe.
some of those same people hated doing daily quests in WoW, and that's exactly what I felt a lot of the Warframe missions were just doing the same thing over and over again until you got what you wanted.
Yeah, no, that's Warframe.
And it's
They
like,
did fix that in recent like updates and stuff, but
the requiring, and I know you can get it off of other players without having to spend real money, but the fact that a real money transaction had to happen to get the currency in the first place does not change the fact that the real money transaction pay to win shit is still there.
no, yeah.
If you want to be able to play the game and have different play styles without throwing away all that shit you just grinded for to test out, spend money. Basically, what it
Well,
comes down
that's
to.
just to
That's
like
what I hated.
to get those certain modifications though, you couldn't necessarily like just, get it. You had to fucking trade with someone with that real in-game currency or just give it to them.
What does a seal have to do with got your nose?
Because they use their nose a lot, I guess.
I suppose, but I don't want that to be the reality because I didn't think about it, and that upsets me.
Whoop,
I
whoop,
did not
whoop.
get flinched. That's interesting.
I
But
don't know.
back.
I have gripes with all of those companies.
Oh, I do too. Like, I love the stuff that Nintendo puts out. Don't get me wrong, but also, I'm not so blind to the fact that they are quite a stubborn, old-fashioned, not that really great to people company. But also, that's just how Japanese companies are. Sony does the same shit. Or at least the companies that Sony manhandles into making exclusives for them.
Yeah.
Because Sony is not that much different from Microsoft, but they go about it in a way that makes it so it's not a monopoly. They don't buy out the companies, they just strong-arm them with a shit ton of money and then makes them develop the games.
Yeah.
But,
Same end result, though, for, like, all of these companies.
And also, the quote-unquote exclusives don't stay exclusive because they get put on PC. But that's...
No! Like, each game console lately does not have their own exclusives. It's just gonna be on PC very quickly. So just get a fucking computer. Because their PS whatever and their Xboxes aren't even holding up to within a year's standard.
Dude, so... I brought this up before. I don't remember if this was ever in a recording, but I know that I had found this out at some point during our Battle Network recordings. But the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 4, I don't remember. One of those two consoles, in its lifetime, because they're both concurrent, so it was the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5, any game that you could get on the PlayStation 5, you could play on the PlayStation 4. there were 3 games, and they were already talking about the PlayStation 6. There have been 3 games that you can play on the PlayStation 5 that you can't play on the 4. And they're already talking about making the next console. So you're telling me that you absolutely need to make a new console, and your current console literally has nothing going for it. Hence the lack of innovation. That's why I don't like Sony. They're literally just a greedy company. And the fucked up part is, Nintendo created this fucked up company. Because they fucked them over during the N64 stuff, if you know about that. Because they were partnering with Sony to create the N64 initially. And then they kind of backstabbed them. Like I said, not a great company to be worked for. I did not read what the hint was. If you can fly, maybe he's some kind of bird. Oh, you're sick. Oh, L button strats, my love. This one's a penguin. But the reason why I brought this up in the first place, though, actually, is because I proposed a question to Brandon. Would you rather fade, or would you rather fall into infamy or fade into obscurity? And this was based on. There was also another thing that I saw that I was like, this links up to me talking about Microsoft and Sony being just kind of meh companies, but there
so
was
is this
a picture
like a how do you want to be remembered kind of thing?
There was a picture. You know Shen Comics, right?
Shin, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, I thought there was something in front of me, but that's a cool attack actually. He posted a picture, and it's a one of his stick figure like characters, and it's Wizards of the Coast. I want money from your projects, and it's someone else giving him the middle finger, and he said, darn. And in the background, Unity's watching. It's like, that looks like a really good idea. And it's like, I can't imagine letting shareholders bully you into doing a decision like that. I would rather fall into obscurity than to accept having my wrist twisted to be forced to make things into a cash grab.
Okay, so you do need to situationalize this then. Like, is this how do I want to be remembered? How do I want to be remembered for a company I run, or what?
It could be how do you want to be remembered, how do you want to continue, because like it could also be the same thing where it's like Activision was really popular back in the day because their first couple of Call of Duty games were unique and new to the formula, but then they keep making the same thing over and over again, being just a generally shitty company for the money. Would you rather? And it's the same way with how I view Sony and Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't do anything new or interesting, but Sony likes to steal everything the second it looks like it's going to become popular. Like, would you rather stay boring and on a high moral ground, I guess? Or would you rather fight that, like, fading popularity to try to stay in relevance? And to do by any means necessary? Like, I think I personally would rather be forgotten.
Well, here's how I'm gonna say it is, it's harder to repair a reputation than to make a comeback.
Yeah. I'm right there with you.
That's how I would look at it.
Yeah.
Because granted, you'd still have an audience, like, albeit nicher, but if you destroy your reputation, good luck getting those people back, because you burn a bridge, you have to build a whole new bridge on burnt soil. Not a good thing to build on a sand.
And even then, Sega's still trying to work through that. And that's not even a bridge that they intentionally did. They just kept making worse and worse things. I guess not listening to what your fans want in terms of content. It's like, hey, we want this. Alright, but how about we give you the same dumb shit that you don't like? But with the way how the internet functions anymore, you do like one thing that everyone's just like, that's kind of shitty, and then you do it anyway. they're never going to forgive you for it. There is no building the reputation back. Like, they're used to be, like, able to come back from goodwill, but people have been burnt so many times over the years that they don't want to rebuild it. They want you gone and replaced with something else.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that anymore. And like I said, I would rather say lullaby to anyone who tries to force me to do something like that than to betray the trust of the people that I've built a community for. Alright. It was 3 comps, and I honestly, that whole time, even though I wasn't really, like, talking about anything until this comp, or this, room, this didn't drag on. It wasn't that... It wasn't that bad. I liked this comp. It didn't drag on. It was fine. But anyway, let's switch topics from our hot button debates to the boss. A submarine? I've spotted the enemy straight ahead, Captain. Shouting emergency net now. Auga! I'm gonna put that face, the Pepe face. Booba. Whoa, it's a navvy. I'm Dive Man, Auga. And I'm Captain Blackbeard's navvy, Auga. So you're the one causing problems in this comp. Well, I'm here to make things right again. Request denied, Awooga. You don't have the proper clearance. Dive Man. Don't let him ruin me show. Show him the ocean's fury. This is an adult standing on a dolphin statue above me right now. He could literally jump down and slap me into the water. Roger, Captain. Awooga. Here he comes, Lan. Battle routine set. Execute. Target locked. Engaging the enemy. Awooga. I heard a squeak somewhere. Was it a cat? Sat. Okay, so remember this guy's a little awkward. Also, simultaneously remember him being maybe super fucking easy. Yeet! Oh, he fucking dodged my yeet. Bro, cringe. Ha! I fucked myself a little. Oh, if he gets front row, that's 240. Homie. If he doesn't go front row, I'm gonna be sad because I think the area grab was available. No!
Don't worry, you got this.
Wait, is he stuck in the middle? Nope.
No.
A charge shot? Get up, get up. Of course he gets up off the grass. Get up on the grass. Okay. So this will do 240. That'll kill him. Cringe Lord, dude. Oh, I have the attack plus, so the charge shot did 30. That works. Okay, that was a little bit spicier than I thought, but whatever. I'm sinking. I'm sorry, Captain Ooga. That was an intense explosion. Great job, Mega Man. Now play the feeding time chime and as loud as you can. Got it. Let's see. This should do it. What's a phone call?
Yeah.
Alright, the aquarium's back to normal. Did you see that, Blackbeard? Ah!
He's no longer there. He fucking probably went
gone.
swimming with the sharks.
Where did he... What the heck do you want? Wah! I assume that's him. That was Mick. Oh. Don't tell me. No! Did he just run and take an elementary schooler as a hostage? What
I
the
bet.
fuck? I wouldn't be surprised.